Hello and welcome. Rahul, you're watching me on my YouTube channel Open Talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. See, whenever I come in front of you, I have a purpose. I want to instill positivity and talk something valuable so that whenever you are investing your time in something, whenever you are scrolling up and down, you should find something special in your feed and that can contribute positively to your time. And because time is a valuable thing, wherever you are investing your time, if you've been learning something from that, so in this information age, you can implement it and can pull off something better out of that, because everyone should have opportunity. If you have opportunity, then only you can make your livelihood better in this competitive world where we have conditioned this world in monetary values and financial abundance. Whoever have these opportunities, they are only able to live a life in better manner. So whatever birth you have taken in whatever family, if you have skilled yourself up and you have understood exactly the value of education and the value of potential and skills, you'll certainly be able to pull off. And that is what we want to foster. You would have multitude of opportunity if you have intention, if you have intent, you can use that, because everybody starts from confidence, a little bit of scratch of knowledge. Whenever they apply themselves in that very field, they get experience in that very field, and then they become an expert of that very field. And once you become an expert, you can give a professional service in that very profession, or you can give consulting services to other people. You can avail multitude of opportunities. You have that opportunity, but you don't have confidence. All you have to do, you have to ascertain something that you have that confidence. When you will open yourself up, when you will be open to knowledge, when you will be ready to assimilate new skills, when you will be ready to understand exactly what it takes to become an expert, and once you'll make yourself someone special in that very field, then only you will be an expert of that very field. Because rigorously, if you will put 3 to 5 years in that very field, if you invest 3 to 5 years in any field, you will become an expert of that very field. See, I'm telling you, because what kind of opportunity do you want to take? Suppose whenever you complete your academics, many people move towards finding jobs. And in initial days, if you will not find better jobs, then middle class jobs will be only hand to mouth. You have to become expert of that very field in order to clinch better emolument, better LTC, or whatever you say, CTC. So everything, whenever you become an expert of that very field, then only you'll be able to grab the better opportunity. Otherwise, if you want to start entrepreneurship, if you really want to be a businessman, you can do that. I've told you exactly how to start your own business. If you want to take leverage credit from banks, you can take that credit from banks. If you don't want to approach bank, you have other ways, angel investors and private equity firm. They can help you up, high net worth individual. They can help you how to register your company, how to, get investment for your company, how to understand exactly how balance sheets work, how your inventory works, how sales will happen, how profit and loss statements are made, how your inventory will be replaced, what kind of trading if you are doing, or what kind of manufacturing or services that if you want to provide. You have to think differently. For everything there is a balance sheet, and you'll understand exactly how everything happens. And if you have a witty mindset, to bring sales to that very manufacturing object that you have identified as a product of your company, you can certainly excel in that very field, and you can create a big mammoth business. And entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs are required in this country in order to elevate its economic activity, in order to elevate its GDP, gross domestic, production, whatever you say, product. If you will, find excellency, and make more productive work. If you will certainly leverage your quality and try to be more productive, more products will be made in our company. It will certainly add to economic activity. That is what is gross domestic product, GDP. Whatever products and services that has been uh, productive within 1 year, that has been produced within 1 year, that are the GDP of the country. So suppose if 5 lakh entrepreneurs can be made within 2 or 3 crores of young students, what will happen? Everything will transform. All you need to understand the basics, basics, and from that very basics you should have academic knowledge. And most of the Indian graduates, they have that skill, they have that knowledge. All they need a little bit of guidance and consultant, better consultancy in that very field, And if you want to equip yourself, try to find yourself certain avenues where such activities are happening wherever you want to, make your business. You just get involved in that very business at nearby station and get experience for 2 to 3 years, and medium and part-time jobs. You can seek there, and then you can learn the activities whatever is happening in that very company, and then you can start your own company based on that. And many people are transforming their career. Even Adani has started in that very way, and today he is the business tycoon of India. So why don't you think that very way? Certainly, if you don't have better services, if you don't have better employment, better job, then you can think of, entrepreneurship. And we have been stuck in a government job, but I have told you earlier that, because there is an incentive when you are giving credit to multiple people, you are serving them the best, and that is why this job is not bad. That is why I'm not even living that. But we have, some intentions in our mind how to be financially free, and everybody should think in that very direction. If you really want to leverage all the skills of your own self, you will certainly be able to financially free. Till the age of 50 or 55 if you retire, and not only retire in terms of work experience, but I just want to tell you, retire from monotonous work and try to invest your time in something productive, whatever you desire, whatever your ardent is about, whatever your passion is about. You can go towards your habit and create a better experience of life. That is what I want to say. That is why everybody thinks, and nobody talks about, financial freedom, about that kind of thing in India, because still this is a concept which is alien to them, which is really exotic to them, because in foreign countries most of the entrepreneurs think that they should have time, they should be free, and they automate their business and they find liberty. That is why they say that they want to retire financially. But in India, there is very little people who are talking these kind of things, because they know exactly that it is hard to make money in India, because India is still a developing country, and the infrastructure of that big country is not so developed that the logistics that you want to find for your own business can be provided to you easily. You have to access all these things on your own. You have to manage, a jugaad term that is called, which is running in India, not a greater and broad infrastructure that is not available, and that is what the government should take step in, and governments will provide such kind of infrastructure, and then multiple companies will come and multiple companies will evolve in our country. If you want to really develop Silicon Valleys in India, we have to take such steps. Government will have to think what to bring in order to bring better expertise, in order to bring better transportation and logistics and raw materials, how to bring them at cheap cost to Indian people, and how to skill them so that better human resources can be applied, better machineries can be manufactured or transported from abroad, so that it can be implemented in production here. So all these things government will have to provide and subsidize it, and not only subsidize it, but better framework, better facilities, and some kind of workshops should be developed, and some consultancy should be developed, so that they can consult these people, these entrepreneurs, how to establish this kind of manufacturing companies and services related companies, so that they can leverage, and they can build tycoons in India, because we need that. It is the imperative, really imperative in India to build huge unicorns in India. If we really want to compete with the world, we have to be developed, we have to build better businessmen here in India, and ease of business we have to provide them, not to lock their accounts, rather give them liberty to do more transactions, and put taxes, as per really rational taxes that can be levied, because the more businesses will come, if taxes will be levied, the better income will come to the government. But for that, better unicorns should exist in India. That is what then they will levy, and rationalization of tax later it will happen. If we don't have resources, then we have to put more taxes on existing companies, and that is really bad. Many companies are reporting that in India taxes are huge. So these things will only be solved when we'll provide better educations, better resources, better infrastructure, better logistics, to all these companies. And we have to maintain exactly that, how to bring raw materials across globe, which can be cheaper to all these manufacturers. We have to provide them. So all these things we have to bring experts, and we have to bring better committees which can provide solution to all these people. Thank you for listening to me.